Welcome back to Tequila Tales. If it looks like I'm carrying a baby, I basically am. This right here is Don Julio Ultima Reserva. This is the final harvest of agave that Don Julio himself, Don Julio Gonzalez, the founder of Don Julio Tequila, a name that needs no introduction, and there's plenty of them right over my shoulder right there. Coming right up, this is one of the most special videos you'll see, the last release of agave planted by Don Julio Gonzalez and his family. After the break, come back, full review, tasting notes, everything you need to know about this tequila is coming right up. Don Julio Ultima Reserva Tequila. Now, I've seen a lot of boxes. Get your minds out of the gutter, tequila boxes, that is. This box is up there with the best boxes I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm gonna open this bad boy up, show you a little bit around, and then I'm gonna talk to you about the price of Don Julio Ultima Reserva Tequila and get right into my review. Now, as we admire this packaging here and throw it in the shelf with all of its friends right there, a lot of other tequilas I like to sip, it's worth noting that Don Julio is one of Mexico's most iconic tequila producers. Since its founding by Don Julio Gonzalez in 1942, which does have a tequila, 1942, named after it, the company has rightfully earned its place in the constantly growing tequila market. Since 2015, Diageo has bought out the remaining portion of Don Julio brands that they didn't own before. So as of 2015, it's with Diageo, major player in the space, obviously, big distributor, represents a lot of different brands. This tequila right here, as I told you, is crafted from the last agave crop planted by Don Julio and his family and finished in Madeira cask using a Solera-like maturation process. Now, this is the first time that Don Julio has finished a tequila in a sweet wine cask. Now, this truly is a special bottle for so many reasons. Just look at this. This is nothing like the other Don Julio bottles that we're accustomed to seeing. Everything right here is just, there's no labels, right? It's not like any other brand where there's a label. This is all stamped on. Coming to you from NOM 1449, batch number 1. And look at that. I mean, absolutely incredible visual look there. The box is hardcore. I mean, look. That is a tequila box right there, you guys. That is like something you get a Rolex in. Drop it on the floor, it doesn't even break. I wouldn't do that with the juice inside, but that's what the box is like. Now, Don Julio passed away in the year 2012, but not before creating this bad boy right here. As we said a couple times, the final agave harvest that they made was carefully distilled, barreled, and set aside for special use. That special use is this tequila right here. Now, a couple fun facts about Don Julio and his processes. He was said to age his agaves for 7 years. Once the piñas were distilled and set aside for special distillation to create tequila Don Julio Ultima Reserva, a 36-month aged luxury Extra Anejo tequila. Yes, that is correct. Don Julio Ultima Reserva is actually a blend of the tequila distilled from Don Julio Gonzalez and his family's last agave harvest, and a tequila Don Julio Anejo, right? Something that I drank for many, many years before my palate kind of moved past that, but it's so available in bars and restaurants and stuff that a lot of times that's a default for me, okay? Now, they blend both tequilas, and the end result is in oak barrels, right? Made in oak barrels, previously used to age bourbon. And this sits in there for 3 to 5 months. After this, their team of experts finishes the liquid in a seasoned Madeira wine cask, okay? A lot of companies are doing wine casks. If you watch my Cali Rosa review, you also know that they do some aging in California red wine barrels. So similar kind of thing here, they're using the Madeira wine casks for this process right here. And this allows the final agave harvest to remain at the heart and soul of this tequila. Now again, there's only 4,000 cases of this that were released just a short time ago in 2021, and it's only available in select markets, and of course some websites. So let's talk about the price of Don Julio Ultima Reserva. Okay, this tribute tequila to Don Julio Gonzalez himself has a very expensive price. Don Julio Ultima price is going to range no matter where you live or how many connects you have to get it. I was very fortunate to get it from my friend Don Larry Pangalangan. Thank you very much, Larry. Your kindness is not forgotten. I owe you one, buddy. And you're going to find this, again, wherever you shop. Be careful, right? And do a serious search because the price is ranging, right? Beverly Hills Wine and Liquor, $8.99 for Don Julio Ultima Reserva Extra Anejo. Wow. Guys, it's getting up there, right? Didn't take note of this website, but they're asking $1,000. Whew.
Caskers, $859. Now, everyone has access to these internet sites and do a search. And again, do a search and do a thorough search. If I find links to where it's priced lower, I will update this. So please subscribe, and you'll always get information. That's what I do here. The one that you're most likely going to find near you is Total Wine. Total Wine is at $489 right now, which in my opinion is probably going to be about the market for this. Yes, you're going to find some outliers. You're going to find it at, $449, maybe even $419. This is a very limited release, probably even more limited than Tears of Llorona. And Tears of Llorona has a flexible price depending on where you shop. Now, what's that mean? I've seen Tears of Llorona as low as $189, and if you find that price, buy it. And I've seen it as high as $400. If you find that price, don't buy it. Keep shopping. Worth every penny, but don't overpay, right? When you're finding that stuff is hard to keep in stock, they're going to get a price, and they're going to ask for it, and they're going to get it because people will drive there to get a rare tequila. Don Julio Ultima Reserva at $489 is probably going to be where the market comes in, and Total Wine will usually move this price based on if they're selling it or not. It could go higher, it could go lower. So make sure you shop around. This is an expensive tequila, you guys. I like the story behind this tequila, and that's a big reason I'm putting a lot of effort into this review to give you the full down low on this. Again, Don Julio is owned by Diageo, so pretty big company there. A lot of that changed in 2015 when they bought out the remaining 50% of Don Julio Tequila. So things aren't going to be as small batches as everything else, even though this is limited release, right? I hate to say that, but Don Julio is obviously mass produced. You've probably seen it everywhere. They have many, many blends, very popular tequila. So that's the Don Julio Ultima price. Very expensive tequila, you guys.
So now that I've shunned you with the sticker shock of the prices of Don Julio Ultima Reserva, know that in the future there's going to be an extremely short time to get this. So if you're looking for this one, get it now, don't wait. In the future, the numbers will only decline as that last harvest of agave. Just know that if you get it now, you're gonna have a chance of getting this and saving it, hopefully saving it for a long time, or drinking it one night, whatever you prefer. But that last harvest of agave is only gonna be around for a certain time. There's no forecast on when it'll end. So every year it's gonna have less and less of that, and this will be released probably in more limited quantity. So these prices are priced accordingly. So before we get into the official tasting of Don Julio Ultima, it's worth noting that this uses a very complex system called the Solera system. You might have heard that before from other spirits. It's a system that will keep the main agave harvest at heart of this while taking the time to blend in the other resources that they have to make this. And again, I might not have explained that perfectly properly, but it's a complex method that likes to keep the product consistent. That way, when you have it now versus the next batch they might do next year, you're not going to have a huge variance because, again, that original agave is still the heart and soul of this. Thanks for sticking with me this far in the Don Julio Ultima Reserva review. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already. Tequila Tales publishes content about once a week. That'll get more frequent coming up here really soon. We've got a lot of good stuff coming out for you. It's the time, guys. It's time to just go after it. I've talked enough. I've told you the history of this great man, and I'd like to offer a big salute to the Don Julio Gonzalez family. Great stuff over the years, whether you're a fan of it or not. You could not take their place out of history in tequila making. To me, the first time I've ever seen someone order a bottle of tequila in a VIP section was when I first moved down to Miami Beach, and it was Don Julio Anejo. So, pretty fun fact there from Tequila Tales. All right. It smells sweet. It smells like it's oaky, and it's fruity, like a dried fruit. I know their website says apricot. I don't have a palate to smell apricot. I didn't grow up eating them all the time, so I'm just gonna skip on that. Orangish to me, not like their Primavera, not like that at all, but it's like an orange rind, dried. I don't know if you can dry out oranges. Yeah, sure you can. You can dry out any fruit, right? Let's just get right after it. I think that I've been waiting long enough for this. The countdown is ticking. It's just time. Everyone wants to see what this tastes like. And before I do, just that little golden color. God, it reminds me of a well-poured beer right there. Those days are over for me. I'm a tequila guy. Real short finish on that. I'm surprised. Real smooth. And that's a word I don't use a lot in tequila. Now, if you're someone that doesn't drink a lot of tequila, you're gonna absolutely love this. I don't get the heat that I get with a lot of the other Extra Anejos, and To me as a tequila drinker and fan, I miss that. I want something that lets me know you just had a tequila, dude. Like you just had tequila. To me, it's got some real nice flavor. A lot of agave, very agave, sweet agave forward, oaky, caramel, almost like toasty, like toasted almonds, nutty. And you're gonna get that from the different kind of barrels. But the sweetness that comes out from the Madeira cask, you can definitely taste. And I'm gonna go on record saying after one more sip here, if you like the sweeter tequilas, and I'm not gonna ruin the Don Julio legacy by saying anything about additives in this. I don't know if Don Julio uses additives or not. Tequila Matchmaker has a whole story about that in commentary that I've been reading. So I'm not gonna go there. But this is pretty sweet. But not in a bad way, not in like a Clase Azul sweet way. But if you do like Clase Azul, you're gonna like this a lot more because it's a lot more, to me, it's a lot more tequila focused and it's finished differently. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some additives in there. Now I'll eat my words if they don't, maybe they don't have it, but if they don't, it's a very well done tequila. But to me, it just lacks that burn that a Cascanes gives me, that a Tears of Girona gives me, and some other Extra Anejos in the category. To me, this is similar to Don Julio Real, which is now discontinued. Subscribe video coming up on that one. I still got a couple bottles left. That used to be my favorite Extra Anejo tequila. Don Julio Ultima Reserva. Is it worth the price? Look, at some of those prices I showed you earlier at $1,000, you can get 5 Tears of Girona. You can get 7.5 Excelencias. I could go on and on and on and on. Cascanes, you can get 10. I mean, depending on where you find it, right? So, look, I don't tell anyone to spend $1,000. Now, if you get it for $4.99 and you're jonesing, or if you're a big Don Julio collector or just someone who wants to grab a piece of history, go out and get this. I'm gonna savor this. I'm gonna save it for special occasions and friends who are real tequila fans, and not just pour this at my next margarita party. That would be sacrilegious. But their website also does suggest serving on the rocks. No chance. Even if you're not a neat tequila drinker and you're new to tequila, do not pour this on the rocks, all right? And that's just my personal advice. That doesn't need it. This is very smooth tequila. It doesn't have that typical tequila burn. Again, something I look for, but to me, it's drinkable. It's definitely drinkable. I just, for the price tag, I'm glad to own a piece of history right here, and I definitely thank my friend Larry for getting this for me. But I'm not gonna go out and buy this and restock it regularly when it runs out, and hopefully I keep this for a while. But I'm gonna enjoy this one. Thanks for watching Don Julio Ultima Reserva review. I am Tequila Tim from Tequila Tales. Stay tuned. Next video will be popping real soon. Thanks for watching.